What is up, YouTube? Another massive preset for you all. This one I was making like a solid bass, gritty type thing, but then I put some vibrato on it, and then when I started playing it up an octave, it sounded like a good lead too. So whatever you want of this is up to you. Let me demo the sound. And then if you go up an octave, nope, not record. Octave up. So yeah, you can mess around with it a lot and figure out what kind of writing you want to do with this sound. But again, it's supposed to be a bass sound, so I'll be playing it down here when I'm Alright, so the first one is a square all the way up to filter 1, and it sounded like this. Now you wanna, well, without that. So now you put the band reject on, and then you get the cutoff, bandwidth, and resonance set up. This is how I had it. Again, if you change it, it's gonna change the sound, so set it up how you want and figure out what you like the best. Maybe put some macros on there. Then after that, we put on Oscillator 2, which is like a sine and square, but mostly sine just by a little bit, and intensity and amp down an octave. Then after that, I wanted to get something really dark, so I went down 2 octaves on a square, and basically, or yeah, the intensity was off, and then a little bit on the amp, so. So that's the whole sound. After that, I did the modulation oscillator and did the ring mod, which gave me more of that mid punch and got it more aggressive, and I really liked that. Without it, the sound sounded pretty thin. Then I put the white noise on, which was just pretty small because you could hear it like a lot when you do it. So the feedback's doing a lot too. So there's the white noise. You could hear it really buzzing once you put on Oscillator 3. If you just had that, you could get like a gnarly bass sound out of that. So now we have the full bass, but now you put the feedback. And I think that, to me, really polished off the sound. The inserts are going to be also changing the sound quite a bit, but let's go to the routing real quick. The routing, you want to make sure insert 1 is after filter 1, and then insert 2 is over here. Because before it was down here, and you weren't using it. Now we move it over here, now it's in effect. So let's turn off insert 2 and insert 1 and hear the sound. The S shaper, you want to crank everything up. So I'm actually going to put a macro on there for you all. And just put drive. Then the P shaper. It's giving us that buzzy sound. And again, we'll use that macro. Now let's go into the effects. We did a dimension expander. Not quite halfway, just under that. And then a little bit on the size. Really opened up the sound, as you can see. And then the reverb small, the dry, you want mostly dry. A little bit of wet. So, what is that? Like the 8th line up. Size, I touched a little bit, put it about right there, and then the density and color I left as is, and that again filled out the sound some. Now the EQ, I just touched the high shelf just a little bit. Because I was thinking I'd probably EQ out the low end, put a sub underneath, and really thicken this up. So that's why I didn't boost the low shelf. I could pull it out, but again, I'll just do it with an EQ. So leave it as is. Now the last step, or there's two things I want to show you still. One is the attack. It was here. Gets rid of that clicking and it just makes it more smooth. I really like it. So I left that as that. And then the last thing was the voicing. We did monophone, always trigger, which is the basic setting. And then we were messing with the pan position. You guys could turn that on and off. So if you just want it wider, I'm probably going to want it just in the middle. Yeah, I like it off. But again, that's up to you. This preset is going to be available for free download. Join.tarant.info. And as always, click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that like button. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.